Welcome to the Visual Novel Corner with your hosts Olivia, Kristi, and Anna. On today's topic, the chaos of post-Otome Jam 2023.
A side note before we start with today's episode, I somehow fucked up my settings, so you hear me peeking a bit in the first minutes. I apologize for that, but I hope you will still enjoy today's episode. Welcome to the second episode of the Visual Novel Corner, a podcast for visual novel devs by visual novel devs. I'm your host, Anna, and today are with me Kristi and Olivia. How are you guys doing today?
I'm okay.
I'm great.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't know when we won't be here with you. I hope we will always be here.
just an episode where it's Anna and her demons and nothing else.
Hey, demons, it's your boy, Anna.
And the demons are just in the background like, don't listen to them.
Yeah.
How are you, Anna? You were tired last week and you ruined the vibe of the podcast.
Yeah, ruined the vibe of not talking at all, just constantly coughing in your soul. So how are you? Are you feeling a lot better than you were last week?
No.
All right, that's a fantastic way to start this on a high note, very positive high note. No, all right.
We love to bring the vibes.
We do love to bring the vibes. Not good vibes, apparently.
But before we start, I just wanted to say thank you to all the listeners listening into last episode, our first episode, and to all the amazing messages we got and all the, encouraging messages we got. And it really, made us happy to read all of this. So thank you guys for, supporting us in this weird gremlin-like endeavor.
Yes, thank you for your kind words.
It was wild to see all the comments, and just like even general when you were hyping this up, people were just going like crazy over it. I was like, oh my god, people want to hear my voice. Thanks, I'm glad.
Oh, you make me blush.
Oh my god, ooh, no, thanks guys for the listening and just the positive feedback in regards to this wacky little thing that we're doing. It's really reaffirming,
For today's episode, we've planned, as you can see by the title, we plan to talk about Otome Jam 2023, which all of us three took part in, and all of us three made different kind of experiences and have different kinds of opinions on, how the journey was on developing the project and the release of the project, and also, what came after all of that.
Oh man, yeah, no, the TLDR, fuck June. June can go fuck itself. That is the summary of Otome Jam, I think, for a lot of people. June can go fuck itself. That what it did to everyone in Otome Jam was incredibly homophobic. During Pride Month, really, guys? Really?
And Twitter.
Oh, Twitter. Oh, don't even get me. We'll have to say that later, but don't even get me started about that fucking muskrat-looking motherfucker.
Just give me 2 seconds while I lean away from my microphone to scream. Are you ready? Ah! That's accurate representation of June.
Yeah, honest.
And everything that followed.
Really, seriously, June was
crazy.
Hate crime.
It really was a hate crime. I don't understand why the gods, Mother Nature, the world had it against us, but they picked out of a hat and said, "Oh, who are we gonna fuck with this month? Let's see." Ooh.
But we're still here and we're still kicking and we're probably gonna do it again next year.
Yeah, because we love to torture ourselves.
Yeah. I don't know about all y'all, but I'm a total masochist, so.
So, but before we go all in this Otome Jam endeavor, for today I am going to present you the game jams. I picked out 2 game jams that are currently still running. And we are going to start with Spooktober, the visual novel jam for 2023. It's in its I think 5th round right now. And it's hosted by Remote Studios and Kristi Gameworks. And it started on the 1st of September, which is, to this recording, it was yesterday. And it ends on the 1st of October, and the judging itself ends on the 28th of October. As it's in the title, Spooktober, It must include horror, Halloween, or creepypasta elements, and sexual content, suicide, and self-harm are prohibited as topics or themes, which I'm sad about the sexual content, but
I was going to say, that takes all of us out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that doesn't take me out.
You ever written suicide or self-harm in one of your games?
Yes, I have.
I wanted to write something, with more triggering elements for last year's Spooktober, because, writing about, self-journey, self-love and stuff, you have to kind of tackle these topics sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And, because these things are prohibited, it was just not my cup of tea, but there are a lot of, you don't have to be more in the horror spectrum, or it doesn't have to be serious. It just has to have elements of it. For example, you can have a cute romance on Halloween or stuff like that. You don't have to write like horror, You can make anything you want. It just has to have something supernatural, Halloween vibes, to be allowed. And this jam also has like a bunch of prizes and awards to win, but this varies on the award and the prize.
Yeah, the prize pool this year is insane.
Yeah, they have a ton of sponsors. Battle
That's
Leica
crazy.
Games, they had for previous years. Jazz USA is involved. There are a ton of sponsors and
Vogue Race.
Vogue Race, which I got my candy. Almost forgot the name. Candy Hearts charms from. Wow.
Not forgetting the name of your own freaking
Listen,
game.
sometimes I forget the lore and names of my own characters. It just happens.
Nude.
But yeah, I ordered charms from. I had a positive experience with them, so I would recommend trying to go through them if you guys are wanting to
Yeah,
get
wishing
merch.
everyone luck with their entries, though.
Yeah,
I
for
can't
sure.
say I envy them.
Yeah.
Ranked or like anything with prizes, I don't think I could do it.
Me neither.
Yeah, no, I can't do. I can't do ranked. It gets a little too competitive. I'm just here for the vibes, y'all.
Chill vibes.
Chill vibes.
And the competition is like hardcore. Like there are like 60 people joined the. It's not 60. 600 people joined the jam. I think.
Jesus.
Now it's 890 people have joined.
Hell's bells.
It is.
God, Jesus.
I can only imagine how many entries there are going to be this year, and hats off to the judges. Hats off to the
That
judges
is
because they have to play through those
intimidating.
entries.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I hope everyone still takes within the death journey some breaks. It's like more pressuring now that awards are on the line and stuff, but don't forget your own mental health and don't forget to take regular breaks, especially for people who don't do this as a full-time job, which most of us probably don't.
Don't forget to take time out to plan
yeah.
your own Halloween costume.
Yep.
Yeah, that's important. Don't forget that.
I
guys.
already have my own Halloween costume in the closet.
I went into a store today and they were already selling Halloween decorations.
That shit was happening last month or 2 months ago for me in the United States. It's
Oh God.
We don't even celebrate.
over in there, Germany.
That's
Y'all
so
don't,
sad.
yeah. I mean,
No, we do, like, I don't know, it depends on the region, but for example, where I live, we do St. Martin's thing, which is like, you go around with like either lanterns and stuff, and you go from door to door, you knock, and you sing a song without getting dressed or something.
What
you do
the
that with like a
fuck?
group of family.
That is so weird.
that's just Christmas.
You sing like a song.
That's just Christmas caroling. Bleh,
Yeah, what spooky caroling?
Yes.
No, we are, most of us don't even do like the dress up thing. Like
That's so
back in the
sad.
day we did that, but Halloween is mostly like done by college students.
Is,
You know.
is Halloween your favorite time of year, Kristi? Is it your favorite holiday?
No,
What's your favorite holiday?
I don't have one. Every holiday's
You don't
depressing
have a
to me. in
favorite
some-
holiday?
No, yeah, no. I don't really like. I mean,
In news that will surprise absolutely no one, mine is Easter.
you're like,
Um,
oh, really?
Because I'm a bunny and I love chocolate eggs. That's all there is to it. I think it's underrated and way better than Christmas.
What the fuck?
But I know a lot of people love Halloween. I would say Halloween is a runner-up for me in terms of good vibes.
Mhm. I mean, I like how I can't say it's my favorite, but I do like Halloween because I get to like watch horror movies with my friends, whether it be good or bad horror movies. And usually the bad ones are a lot more entertaining because they're so horrendously bad. But you know.
Moving on to the next game jam, that's Sunofest 2023. It's hosted by I'm gonna butcher the name because I'm going to say it in German. Alte. And it started the 1st of July and it ends the 18th of September. So you can still participate in it.
The 18th of September? That's my birthday.
Oh.
Yeah, wow.
It actually was supposed to end, I think, the start of this month. I think.
Yeah, it got announced late, didn't it?
Yeah, I guess, the page was up, like, I think a few weeks late.
Sunofest got an extended period of 2 weeks, which is why you can still participate in it until the 18th of September. And it has no specific topic, but it must be a visual novel. And it can be used to complete unfinished projects, or, you can just submit a playable demo. But it's prohibited to submit games that, have a crowdfunding behind them. And yeah, Sunofest, a lot of people I saw used this to enter their entries from other game jams, like for example Yaoi Jam. That's all I have for game jams. And Kristi will tell you more about upcoming or current Kickstarters.
Oh, wowie. So let's get the big one out of the way. Last week, Olivia foresaw the future, Mrs. Doctor Strange over here. She predicted that Dual Chroma would reach their funding goal, and surprise, surprise, they did. So let's give a giant shout out to Gallon Games. Congratulations. Yes, I am so happy that they reached their goal. And now, I think with a little less than half of their campaign period left, they are funding toward the first stretch goal, which is not safe for work stretch goal, which is valued at $18,201 USD. So let's
give us that degeneracy.
Yeah, please.
Stop dick.
We need to see NSFW.
Apparently, yeah, I guess so.
Chrissy's like, I can't relate on any level.
I
but
can't
I'm
relate
happy
on
for
this
you.
on any level, but you know what, you guys do you.
Yeah.
But let's hope that they get that goal, because I think a lot of people would be interested in seeing some spicy content. In terms of other ongoing campaigns, there is Reina Bakudan, an 18-plus year visual novel. Why did I say it like that? It's being developed by Noodle Tub Games. They have created a few other titles that people might be familiar with. Good Luck Baby and Love Bakudan. I have not heard of the second one, but I'm assuming this is like a sequel or prequel to that one. Good Luck Baby I have heard of, and it looks very, very cute, and I wish I am able to try it sometime in the future. They've already reached their funding goal, so let's give them a round of applause as well. Let's go! They only have 22 days left. They reached it very quickly. So congratulations.
Everyone has been doing really well on their pre-Kickstarter marketing. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations to Noodle Tub Games. And if you guys are curious on what this game is about, the synopsis is that you run a love hotel and you're trying to find your soulmate in this erotic adventure.
That sounds amazing.
Yes, there are a bunch of cute girls that you will be able to date and, do the tango with, as they say, I guess. I'm not too sure.
And the art is cool.
Yeah, the art, I really do like the art style. It's not something you really see too much in visual novels. I don't know how to describe it. It's not the tip of my tongue, but I find I really do like the art style a lot. Currently they are funding for, they already smashed through like most of their stretch goals already, and now they're just currently funding for their special epilogues for all the romance routes. That is valued at 11,000 Canadian. I don't know how much that is in USD, but their campaign is going to end September 24th. So if you guys are interested in seeing 18-plus year game, go check them out. And lastly, we have an upcoming campaign. This one I'm a little bit familiar with. Tavern Talk. This is being developed by Gentle Troll Entertainment. This is a German studio. So okay, I thought Anna was going to be a little bit more hyped about that one. There's 14 team members, so quite a...
No!
Oh.
Kristi, my fellow German people who understand what I meant.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Have you ever seen a German be enthusiastic about anything?
No.
Hey! But That's just what I just did. Is just German agreement. Like, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
okay.
I'm
Yeah,
proud of them.
good. Yep,
Cool.
yep. That was like basically a hip hip hooray, I guess. This has 14 team members, so quite a small studio. And from what I've seen, already impressive work for like a small studio. In this game, it is described as a cozy visual novel where you play as a tavern owner. You'll be listening to your patrons, serving adventurous drinks, and using the information that you've learned while people are talking to make quests and have those said adventurers complete said quests. This game takes influence from Monster Problem, Coffee Talk, and obviously, probably the most obvious influence, Dungeons and Dragons. Currently, you can play the demo on Steam, so if you want to check it out before seeing if you want to fund this campaign when it does launch, I would highly recommend checking out their demo on Steam. It looks really, really fun. I love the art style. It's really
The link
cute.
is also in the description if you wanna check it
Yes,
out.
everything that we are talking about and will talk about will be linked in the description. So if anything tickles your fancy, check it out. And if you're on Spotify, well, search it
No,
up.
it also has a description.
Oh, it does. You can link stuff and like HTML
Yeah.
stuff. Oh, you don't gotta. Don't bang it, guys. Don't bang it. You can just click down below. Okay. All right.
Us learning how Spotify works.
Well, unless you're listening in a car or something, like then you're gonna don't do that. You might be endangering multiple lives if you do that. But if you're driving a Tesla, you might be doing that already. But
The link is still going to be there whenever you're ready.
yes, exactly. But that's
Don't mind me. I'm just downloading that demo right now.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. I love the art design.
Yeah, the UI is great.
It really is. My favorite character in particular is the one wearing like the blue, like kind of cloak hood sort of deal. He
We love a mysterious, gentle person.
we do. He's gonna have an attitude, but they might have like what's the phrasing? A heart of gold. You know. There you go. But
I like it when they have an attitude.
okay, well, that's good. I mean, it is.
I like it when people are mean and disrespectful to me. I don't know what to tell you.
But yeah, that's all I have for Kickstarter news and campaigns. Now we can move over to Olivia for new releases.
New releases. I mean, the first one is one I'm kind of hype about. It's called Hello Council by Misery Accordion. As someone with a background in law games will always be just entertaining to me. This was originally released for Otome Jam. I remember seeing it at the time. I don't know about anyone else. But it just got a full release yesterday. With an update of all of the art assets, extended gallery, polished script. It's got 8,000 words, 3 endings, 3 CGs, and an original jazz soundtrack. Not something I feel like we see a lot of in visual novels. A jazz soundtrack. But yeah, Josephine, better known as the sensational criminal thrill seeker Poise, just got arrested. Good thing her hot lawyer boyfriend Salem is here to help her avoid any jail time. Only if she stops flirting with him, that is. Right to counsel involves counseling from both parties, right? I mean, if you like legal games and you like Otome games, this one is the one for you. I love, there was something that they put on the edge page which especially made me laugh. A very loose understanding of the legal system.
Yeah.
Understandable, yeah. I did 4 years of law school, and I can say the same.
And also a lot of people worked on this project.
There's a ton of people. Coda did the art. Coda, she always does fantastic art. I love her stuff.
And the GUI and code and story was all done by the lead.
Yeah, Misery. Talent right there.
Yeah.
And the next release was the Summit Library by QKU Studio. There was an episode 1 released on the 25th of August. It's a dating sim intended for 18 plus audiences, because I know they said that there was going to be some not safe for work down the line. We love to see it. Customizable main character, LGBTQ cast, good and bad end epilogues for those people who love bad ends. Couldn't be me, but your rights are being supported here. I love the art for this. The characters are very cute. And who doesn't love like a library setting?
I mean, I don't go to libraries too often, but I won't complain. I won't complain about them.
My mother actually works in the library, so
Really?
I spend a lot of time there lately.
I also worked in a library. Like I worked in it as a kid from when I was 11 to when I was 13.
Nerd.
And then and then I kind of helped out at my local library when we moved, and then I started wanting to get a degree as a librarian, but I was fired.
Today I learned you wanted to be a librarian. But yes, the summary is as follows. Your trade as a keeper is suffering under the rule of the current emperor, but you've just gotten lucky. The Summit Library, the largest and most important library in the Eowyn Empire, has requested your services. But when you arrive, you suddenly find yourself in a dangerous magical mystery. Something's wrong with the books, and the library is falling apart at the seams. As you set out to uncover the library secrets, you get drawn into the complexities of the Empire's politics, rebellion, betrayal, underground organizations, and more. Meet the various people residing at the Summit Library, make alliances and enemies, fall in love and get your heart broken. May you live to see the end of this tale written. God, I only signed up for books and now I'm on the verge of death.
Isn't that how it always goes?
But who doesn't love a bit of political intrigue mixed in with the Dewey Decimal System?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But yes, it looks like a very good time. So if you haven't checked it out, I would suggest checking out the Summit Library.
Yeah, the art looks amazing. As always. Like, all the projects' arts look amazing. Like, I'm always baffled, like, how everyone is so skilled and talented. You guys are doing amazing.
I see cute elf people. I click.
That was all with today's news topics. We hope we tickled your fancies, your interests were sparked, and you want to check out either the game jams, the Kickstarters, or the new releases. You can find all links below in the descriptions, either on Spotify or on YouTube. And we want to move on to our topic of the day, and we want to talk about Otome Jam, as we told you earlier in the beginning of our podcast.
Please hold me while I cry.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, we all cried. But before we go into the depth of our traumatic experiences after we released our Otome projects, we're going to tell you what our Otome Jam entries were. And for that, I would like you to start, Kristi.
What the fuck?
Yes.
All right. Do you want me to just go full blown in on my game, or just say the name?
No, you can blow in. Tell me about your game and everything around it.
So I and my talented team, we created the game called Candied Hearts. It is, you play Candice, or be named MC. She is playing a gacha game called Candy Hearts. And she's trying to get enough golden candy canes to get the red velvet skin from Mr. Bim Bam, who is, in our canon, a very buff kangaroo. For reasons, because the candy's based off is actually Australian, so kangaroos Australia, that makes sense. And during a stormy night, with 24 hours remaining, she realizes she's not going to be able to get the amount she needs to get the skin. She's looking into different ways, and somebody's like, hey, listen, message me, and the message's like, I can help you. We gotta cheat. And as she's contemplating about cheating, the power goes out, and she drops her phone onto her nose, a little nose boink, and lightning strikes at the same time. When she wakes up in the land of sweets. And she realized she's in the actual game. She got isekai'd in there.
Not by Truck-kun?
No, not by Truck. Not when she didn't get visited by Truck-kun. She got visited by her phone-chan. She got her life got ended by a phone. I was actually playing around with ideas. Like, is she actually dead? Because I don't think she would die.
That would be quite the way to die.
It's like the way we set up was just a weird sort of event that nose boink and then lightning strikes. It's just woo! I don't know if she's dead. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if she's actually dead. We played with the idea.
It doesn't have to make sense. We're not here for it to make sense. We're here to go to a candy land.
Yeah. And we have played the ideas, maybe she could get teleported back to her world, and she gets teleported back to her world, and her house is on fire because the lightning struck her house or something.
Oh, dear Lord.
Oh, well,
everything you love has burned to the ground.
She's gonna be like, no, my candy! And in this game,
Take me back.
There were 2 love interests, but now we have added 3 because people really love the design of one of them, a side character. The 2 original love interests were Peppermint and Lakritz. Peppermint is this sweet little boy,
Baby boy.
He's a little boy who doesn't have a lot of self-confidence, and you will see very soon in the demo why that is. But he wants to do as best he can to do good for the world. And then you have Lakritz, this mysterious character with a fancy hat. He's flirty, and all you know is that he wants to take down the kingdom of Sugar Rush, which apparently is a place in Wreck-It Ralph. I did not know this. I promise y'all, I did not even watch the first Wreck-It Ralph movie. So when someone's like,
the fact that you've never seen Wreck-It Ralph is a travesty.
I saw the second one
movie.
too, so that's not even more tragic. I didn't see the first one, but I saw the second one.
But the second one's so not good.
The second one's ass.
I turned it off, and I saw Wreck-It Ralph numerous times in the cinema when it first came out because I loved it that much.
I watched neither.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sugar Rush. Yes, Sugar Rush is the thing in Wreck-It
I
Ralph.
didn't know that.
Great song, by the way. If you've never listened to it,
Someone commented that. It's like, oh, it is. Huh.
like you stole it.
It's like, no, I swear to God, it was just I just something came out of my brain. I swear to God, didn't mean it. But
Explain yourself, woman.
yeah.
How dare you?
Wow, thanks. Yeah,
joking.
The fun fact about this is we were thinking of ideas how is she gonna get isekai even though the main theme wasn't of the jam was isekai. We just wanted to do it, and the initial idea was a board game like Candyland, hence the candy aesthetic of the game. And then we just we talked about more, but we just landed the idea of a gacha game. I think a lot of people could relate to the struggles of gacha, and it was a unique setting, so we did that. And it kind of just went on from there, really. And I'm surprised by the amount of people who like the game. Not to say that I made a bad game or we made a bad game. It's just always when you see people enjoy your product, like, oh my God,
Yeah.
holy shit.
But the art and everything, it's really great.
Thank
and
you.
can also see that there's a lot of passion behind it.
Oh yeah,
So-
Aka did all of the art. She did the background, she did the CG, she did the spray work. I cannot sing her praises enough.
Yeah, you could it's just so cohesive, and the style is just
Yeah, she did a fantastic job. I'm so honestly really proud of what the team has created, and I'm really excited to get the full release out because we only did the demo, and as to why I will say later on. But yeah, but I'm writing Peppermint's route. My co-writer Uno, they are writing Lakritz's route because they're more experienced with the flirtatious character.
they're
And
really into that mustache.
yeah, and Anna is a Legend EX Games. They are
Not
going.
me.
No, not you, an American Anna.
I was gonna say this. I didn't know this, and it was a way to drop the news. But good to know.
She will be writing the story for our third love interest, Reginald. He is a little shit. he's an asshole.
I mean, he's called Reginald.
He's
so
Reginald. His
comes with the
design
territory.
was. I remember linking Aka an image of N from Pokemon. I'm like, yeah, let's make a character with that has a green color palette. 'Cause we have pink, we have red for Lakritz. Let's get something else in there. And green was just the idea we went with, and I'm glad.
And it's my childhood crush. I Pokemon Black was my favorite Pokemon, and the N as a villain, he's hot. So I'm really glad you were use his palette,
Yeah, I was actually surprised by how many people when we first showed the spray, when Aka first did the spray, which is post Otome Jam, first made the spray, and we're all like, oh my God, he's so hot. Everyone else is kind of, I want him to bully me. It's and then I posted on Twitter, and then everyone's like, oh my God. I'm like, well, now we kind of have to make him a love interest. Now he has grown, propelled himself into the stratosphere. But yeah, that's pretty much Candied Hearts and what it is and all that wonderful jazz.
Yeah. Olivia,
Oh,
tell us something about your project.
if you follow me, I know you both follow me on Twitter.
Yeah.
No.
I made a tweet actually yesterday.
I do follow Olivia on Twitter.
I know, she's just teasing me. But it was a post from Unhinged AO3 tags, and the Unhinged AO3 tag was the old man. I desire him. That's it. That's Burning Red. That's the entire synopsis right there. There's no need for me to explain any further. But if that didn't suffice for you for some reason, Burning Red was my Otome Jam project. It's kind of vaguely cyberpunk inspired, a little bit dystopian, but like in a background sense. Basically, DILF was the brief that I gave myself. Okay, that's a lie. I wanted to make a game that largely revolved around like a BDSM dynamic relationship. And then somehow along the way, it just became this huge thing. And now there's like a whole plot and a universe. And there's this terrible organization that is tracking you down and trying to take you back so they can experiment on you. And the only person who can stop them is this strange masked figure.
What the
You have
fuck?
to
I
put
thought
your
it was
trust
just
into.
about fucking. There's a whole plot. I didn't play
I
the
know,
game.
right?
I didn't
Disappointing.
I didn't play the game
Plot?
yet. I
No,
just really
go away.
from your tweets and our conversations, I really just thought it was about fucking.
No, I think I've been selling the game in a strange way. Look, I'm thirsty, okay? There is like full not safe for work written scene in the demo. It is also almost fully voice acted. There will be not safe for work CGs, like explicit penis out everything. We're going off the rails. And I hope you come with me.
Alvarez is such a hottie.
Yes, if you like older men, and you like dominant men, and you like... Yeah, that's it. That's all there is to it.
And you have daddy issues?
That's just me. You don't have to. It's not a prerequisite. But yeah, it's kind of like, it's a bit of a dark story. There's going to be a little bit of social commentary. It's kind of like an anti-capitalist, anti-military industrial complex commentary. But also just lots of sex. Because why not? No one can stop me. It's my game. So yeah, if you like a bit of darkness, a little bit of spice, a little bit of fun stuff, that is waiting for you. There is a safer work version, if you're interested in that. I know, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Oh god, crazy.
What is your game? What is it about?
So my entry for Otome Jam was Yomi no Kuni. Originally we didn't plan on making it for Otome Jam because before Otome Jam started, I was like, oh my god, I have an idea for an Otome game or Otome vision of it, and I want to make it like a big idea. So I had like a conversation because I was like, okay, but it's going to be bigger, I can't do this alone. And back then, someone suggested to me, come on, ask people to join it, work on it as a team. I only had made great experiences in teams. So I was like, cool, I can ask on DevTalk and, on itch.io. So I made a post there and, asked around. And some people were willing to join. And that was like right before Otome Jam started. And when we like conceptualizing and everything, one of the team members was like, why don't we make it the demo, like set ourselves a deadline for the demo for Otome Jam, And I was like, oh my god, that's a great idea, So I was like, okay, let's make it a thing. Like, I made a whole dissertation, I made a whole... it's an inside joke. I made like a doc that's like hundreds of pages long, and where we conceptualize everything and make everything ready. And yeah, that's how we joined Otome Jam. It wasn't originally planned to be for Otome Jam, but it kind of worked out the way it did. But what is Yomi no Kuni about? Yomi no Kuni is a mystery, dark, mature visual novel, Otome visual novel, where you can potentially romance 6 different individuals. 2 of them are women and 4 of them are men. And you can, for example, romance a rich guy who always wants to, do the best for the team. You can potentially romance a sweet, loving young woman who is, taking care of elderly people. And you can romance in quotation marks, a hot guy who has, who sleeps with you first, asks questions later.
Issues.
He
got issues.
My kind of man.
My kind of man. And you can romance a gremlin who is so socially inept. He, thinks he way too high of himself. And you can romance also strong, independent young woman who works in the police force and is best friends with the other female love interest.
Mommy? Sorry.
Mommy?
Mommy, sorry.
Yeah. That's the main reaction she got from other players. But what is it about story-wise? Yomi no Kuni takes place in Japan, as you can tell by the title. It is a story about life and death, because you, as the player, get one day whisked away to a world that looks like your own city, your town where you grew up, but something is different. You are enveloped in a red moonlight, and the moon itself is red, and everything is ominous. No people are around, and no life basically is around you. But what is there are spirits, because you are now in the realm between life and death. You are tasked to figure out with your lovely companions, your love interests, what happened. And it's a point-and-click visual novel, so you have point-and-click elements, but also you have a kind of RPG system. Because at the end, you are going to not battle your the spirits you want to save, but you are facing them off. Basically, it is your job to discover the secret behind the spirits, why they are here, why you are here, and in the process, it is your job to bring them salvation or destroy them.
I'll destroy them, because that little fucking... If every other ghost is like that little fucking kid in the demo, they're all going down, alright? Let me just say it. Fuck that kid and his stupid red fucking truck. He can shove it. Hate him.
Kristi about to commit infanticide on the entire population of Yomi no Kuni.
Let me get you some insider information. Kristi is the beta tester and quality works in the quality management for Yomi no Kuni, and she beta tested alongside me programming and polishing Yomi no Kuni, the demo. Played the game, and her reactions to the bad end were really sweet.
Oh brother, that little fucking kid, man. Ghost kid, Casper needs to get on out of here, get out of this gig, dude. So rude.
Yeah. But in the process of the demo, you kind of, find yourself in this place, get to know the other love interests, the other characters, and, try to figure out what's going on. And at the end of the route, at the end of the demo, you decide for which spirit you would like to save, and in the process you start basically a route with one of the love interests. And yeah, that's Yomi no Kuni. As I said earlier, I'm not working on it alone. I'm working on it with a bunch of people. For example, these 2 lovely co-hosts I am having here with me. Kristi.
Thank you so lovely. But yeah.
Yes, I'm there, always watching from a distance.
Yeah. Olivia is the logo designer and proofreader, and Kristi is our quality manager and beta tester. And we have like a lot of lovely people on our side. We have four sprite artists. Of course, we have 4 sprite artists. We have 4 artists. Among them, a really talented sprite artist, a background artist that brings so much life to the backgrounds, and I'm so happy with the current team, with the current development of the project. It's going great, but we're going to talk more about that soon, because now we want to talk about the journey, like what happens,
brother. Oh, brother.
Our struggle. We want to talk about our struggles now that you know about our projects. We want to talk about the struggles we had during the Otome Jam project process, but also after the Otome Jam process, like after we released our entries to the wide world of web.
I think I should go first, mainly because I think I had the least amount of struggles. So
Go ahead,
we can
Olivia.
get that out of the.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell
of the
your
gate
Netflix
straight
horror documentary about your journey and your post
I
Otome
don't
Jam.
really have a Netflix horror documentary for Otome Jam, surprisingly. I
okay.
solo dev'd for the most part, and that was the biggest challenge. Was just the deep sense of loneliness and the lack of encouragement, I guess. Just before the jam, befriended Maria, who worked on Lord of the Wings this year and Impolite Society last year. And it's not an exaggeration to say that if it wasn't for her, I don't think I would have had a project, because talking to her was my only salvation for those entire 2 months. I didn't have a lot of project setbacks. When you're doing everything yourself, you know, I mean, not that relying on other people is a bad thing, because it isn't, but at least you know that everything's going to get done. And I'm very good at keeping myself to deadlines and working usually, so things went pretty smoothly. There was meant to be a little bit more art for the demo, which didn't make it in time, but that was the only real stopping block in production. Everything other than my own self-esteem was fine, you know. I wanted to cancel the project 20 times over, every day. I woke up every day and I'm like, why am I bothering? What's the point? I don't have to submit this project. I don't have to work on it at all, and I'm not going to. And then an hour later, I'd be writing or programming or doing something. And I didn't escape. But yeah, that is it for my horror story. It's a very short one, so please tell me more about how things went so terribly for y'all.
Okay. The journey of Yomono Kuni was a journey, to say the least. I also, similar to Olivia, had a lot of, moments where I was like, okay, this is not going to make it to Otome Jam. We're not going to make this. We are not going to finish this. This project is going to get cancelled. We're gonna cancel it, or we're gonna quit. We of course had a lot of these moments as well. In the first weeks of Otome Jam, we were in this kind of honeymoon phase where we were like, okay, let's get down to business, write the script, let's go. And then there were internal struggles within the team, and which led to, of course, a lot of friction and some concerns about finishing the project, and we had ups and downs, which also resulted, of course, it didn't go bad or south. Yeah, now everything is going its smooth path towards a Kickstarter which we planned. I heavily emphasize on planned for January 2024, because since we are currently rewriting some scenes in the demo, we are currently trying to extend some things in a demo. We're trying to rehaul all the art sprites, art assets. I'm currently redesigning the whole entire UI, and the backgrounds are currently in the drawing process. The whole sprites are redesigned. The characters are going to get redesigned, and yeah, that's all in the process. And we are working hard to finish it, hopefully to January, like the extended demo and a Kickstarter, so that we hopefully can get some funding and work towards a full release in 2025, hopefully. Fingers are crossed. Yeah, but my journey for the Yume no Kuni Otome Jam was ups and downs and highs and lows, but in the end I learned a lot about myself, about my boundaries. I learned a lot about also what I still have to learn about, like personal things, and yeah, it was a learning experience, to say the least, for me. And I also like gathered so many new friends. Like I got to know Olivia and hi. I got to know Olivia, I got to know Jax, I got to know the whole Otome community, because I never was really in that community per se. It was more like in the general vision of a community, but I got to know more about the, how Jax would say it, the Otomes.
The Otomes, yeah, our official group name.
Yeah, and and yeah, I'm really happy that we pulled through in the end with Yume no Kuni, and we were able to release it in time for Otome Jam. Reminder, the last day of Otome Jam, I pulled a 40-hour all-nighter to get this fucking demo out in time.
Yeah, she was drinking energy drinks. Her should get a Red Bull sponsorship at this point with how many you drank during that spur. Really was a little scary.
Yeah, and I had to college as well. Like I didn't sleep at all. Like everyone was like, also my team was like, Anna, you have to sleep. Like seriously, you have to sleep. And I was like, it's 4 a.m. I have to be awake now.
You're like, I don't have to sleep. I don't have to sleep, guys. I need fish escape. Fucking wired on fucking Red Bull.
Like, and it was the last day of college as well. So I was like,
oh no,
might as well, like, work at college on the demo.
Self-care has left the building.
I mean, last day of college is usually like those chill. You don't even have to go sometimes. They don't give a
yeah,
fuck.
we brunched, and I was like, everyone was brunching. I was like, coding, So yeah, that was definitely an experience. So as soon as I released, the demo, I hit the hay. I was like, okay, done. Bye. Good night. I will sleep. See you in the next morning. Hopefully. And then I slept in only 7 hours, so I was like, yeah, okay.
Jesus.
Okay, that was my Otome Jam journey experience. Moving on to Kristi.
Okay, so I was the project lead, so I was really the one in charge of what was going on, making sure everything was going smooth, and it was. Until June hit. So I people on Twitter know about this already. I talked about it briefly, but in the middle of June, I woke up. My dad's not here, and I'm like, oh fuck, what happened, brother? He's supposed to be on vacation or some shit. I get told he went to the hospital because he was feeling numbness in his arm, and if you guys don't know, that is the signs of a heart attack. And my dad he's getting up there. He was about to get to his 62nd birthday. Thankfully, he's 62 now. He reached it. But I was incredibly scared because I was like, my dad, I hope it's not what I think it is. And I went to the hospital, saw him, and turns out he did have a clogged heart valves. You guys don't know, you have 4 heart valves, and all of them were blocked. All his were blocked. 1 was completely blocked. 3 are partially blocked. So he was essentially a ticking time bomb waiting to happen with IRL circumstances like work and such. Who knows if work would have stressed him out to the point of that happening. So he ended up having open heart surgery, which again was just a scary idea because at his age, in his condition, I didn't know what was going to happen, and I was just panicking the entire time. My mind was elsewhere, and I was trying to program and I was trying to like do stuff, and but because it was like a way as an escape, but I was just like, oh fuck. And thankfully he got better and all that stuff, but just seeing him in that condition, seeing him hooked up to like tubes and stuff was post-op was just very nerve-wracking. And then other stuff was going on with the team, IRL circumstances out of everyone's control. Just some people had other things going on, and I like seeing how much we need to put focus on our real lives. I just told the team, hey, listen, do you guys just want to release the demo, the common route? Because at this point, I just want y'all to like prioritize your mental health. I want y'all to put yourselves first, because this is just a game. At the end of the day, this is just a fucking game. And nothing comes before your own well-being. Well, unless I'm solo deafing, then everything comes before that. But my team's like, yeah, let's just do the common route, and that's when I announced on Twitter, hoping people would be understanding, and thankfully they were, because people aren't assholes. And that's when we released the common route, and just it was really just a mentally taxing month, because like we scoped, we overscoped a little bit in the beginning, but then we cut down, so we did everything within our control to make sure that this game would come out. And even when you prepare for most circumstances, even when you think you have the perfect game, the stars are aligning and you're about to release the game, something out of your control can happen. IRL circumstances, and it's like, what can you do about that?
Life just fucks you.
But life literally just fucks you. And that's what ended up happening. But everything before that, smooth sailing. I can't complain. I don't know why June decided to pop its ugly fucking head out of nowhere, but yeah, that was essentially the journey. Yeah, fucking hell. And then you have everything that happened on the day of release for Otome Jam. My God, that's another story. That's post Otome Jam is another topic, another story.
That's the topic we are going to endeavor now.
Yeah, look at that. It's a wonderful segue.
Ooh, because we are like, for everyone who is like in the Otome vision of a community, you guys knew what happened, what kind of disaster happened the week of the deadline of Otome Jam. After the deadline hit, everyone hit depression at once. As soon as the jam was over, depression everywhere.
First when the jam was over, they got rate limited before they got their depression.
Yeah. No, that was like 2 days after. Like, even the depression was visible like before the rate limit happened, and then afterwards it went spiral down. Then it was like over.
Yeah.
Game is done. Like, for example, for me, when past Otome Jam, like especially with me, like having the 40 hours, push through of finalizing everything.
It's a good job we don't have webcams, so you can't see the look I'm giving you every time you mention that 40-hour shift.
I take it as a compliment.
I'm judging you.
Oh, thank you. I love people judging me. That's like my fuel of life. But like, when that happened, and the next morning I wasn't really able to do anything. I felt like hungover, as if I had like 50 shots.
I wonder why.
Prior. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was like 50 shots of energy. And I just felt down. I felt bad. I was so glad to be finally done with it, and I didn't want to look at it. I was like happy that, like, for example, Cassie, like the writer for Mayumi, streamed the release of Yomi no Kuni, and it was fun watching it, but I was just like, I can't do this. Please move away. And yeah, I was like spiraling the month after it happened. I was like, I don't like it because of the internal struggles that happened. I wasn't sure if we would continue the project, if the team will stay on the project, if everything, you know, would like be able to work. I had a lot of sleepless nights because of that, and yeah, it was draining. And then I saw like people told me before the release they will play it, and oh my god, they're excited, you know. And what happened? Nothing. Those exact people who were like, oh my god, I'm so hyped, nothing happened. I never heard from them again. And that kind of, you know, made my insecurities go worse, you know, my whole spiraling, because I was like, okay, maybe we failed, maybe it didn't get the receiving, you know what
reception.
I mean? It didn't get like, yeah, it didn't get the reception I hoped for, because, you know, it was hyped and people were talking about it, and, you know, people showed interest, but somehow it was lacking during release, you know. And I was like, where did I go wrong? What did I do wrong? I think I saw it from I saw it from other devs as well, the same emphasis, the same feelings, similar feelings, because every person, I don't know if it's the same for you, but every person I talked to had Otome Jam 2022 in mind.
Yes, absolutely.
Because the reception on Otome Jam 2022 was overwhelming.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Projects were getting hundreds of views, likes, here, that, there, that, you know? Like, for example, just look at Mythic Meetup. The reception it got, you know? And like, people thought, you know, maybe they could get their grand opening through Otome Jam, or like get more eyes on the project. And there was nothing. It was silent. And then the raid happened and made everything worse on Twitter. I think Kristi can say more about that, about the
Yeah, fuck the
raid
muskrat,
thing.
bro. I hate that dude. I hate that goddamn rat.
I think that's one point in which we can all agree.
Yeah, I know that I don't know what it was that day. That man had it out for
It wasn't a day. It was like 3 days.
I feel like it was the day or just like the day after, because I remember my memory's foggy, but I just remember just being a fucking shit time to try to market your game. Like, my god.
I think I just logged off. I was like, goodbye.
Yeah.
That's enough of that.
If y'all don't know Twitter, I'm not gonna call it whatever it is now, because it's a dumb name. For whatever reason, people being rate limited, you couldn't see tweets, you couldn't even really tweet tweets. I don't know what was going on that day.
Yeah, everything was breaking.
Something was wrong with the
feed
infrastructure.
Just wouldn't refresh.
Yeah, it was, and then
Me.
the following days you continue to get rate limited. I don't get rate limited anymore, but I still see some people having that issue.
Yeah.
But it was very tough because a lot of people rely on Twitter for marketing, and that's where a lot of developers are. Like, that's where you're gonna get the most eyes. So imagine trying to put out this, publish your work. But like, guys, I just finished this game. I'm super proud of it. Worked out for the last couple months. Check it out, and you get met with, you're being rate limited. Sorry, you can't post that.
2 people have seen your tweet. Congratulations.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like, the other thing that happened also was that, which made it impossible to market your project on Twitter, was that people didn't talk about Otome Jam anymore, but about the raid limit. Like, my full timeline was only if there were posts full of raid limit posts. Nothing about Otome Jam. Nothing. Nada. Niente.
Does Elon not know we have something monumental going on? Could he not have done it at a different time? Does the world not revolve around Otome Jam? Oh,
I guess not. Like,
very
my gosh.
inconsiderate.
But yeah, it already sucks with like tweets now seemingly even like tweets with links getting suppressed, and even more so now, even if you have the link in the replies, a lot of people don't see it. So even if after post rate limit, if you try to post about your project, it might get seen. You might be lucky. But if it has a link, guys, I don't know. Twitter's a mess.
Yeah, if you didn't have like another stream to market on, and still, I feel like the reach is just so different nowadays.
It really is. I feel like you have to have a good following, or you just have playing to yourself in different socials. Like I
nowadays it's just like I wait and see if my tweet gets retweeted by Robo Barbie, and if it does, it'll get attention, and if it doesn't, then it will just fade into oblivion. That's it. Yeah, that's the two options.
Actually, I made the complete opposite experience, because since all this happened, my account got much more popular. Like
maybe I offended the Twitter gods with my obscene tweets.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's the issue.
Because, for example, like these past, I think 2 months or 1 month, I got so much response on just normal tweets. I don't put hashtags on my tweets anymore, and they still get views and, responses. And before that, they never did. And I just find it really...
You are clearly pleasing the algorithm.
Mm-hmm, clearly.
Marketing bitches.
Yeah, no,
Who's studying it? Me.
You.
You want to run my Twitter account?
No, I will ruin it probably. I can... no.
I mean, it can't be worse than the... Yeah, it can't be worse than any of the things I've tweeted, so...
Well, yeah, no, probably. No, you know me. I subtweet a lot.
Yeah, you do. Oh my god. Moving on for the Twitter rate limit thing. You talked about post-release depression and all that stuff. I didn't get totally hit with that until after O2A2, where I just felt empty. I just didn't feel anything. And I remember looking at my analytics for Candied Hearts, and I was just... I don't know. I don't know. I felt like I should have been proud with how I was doing it, but I wasn't, and I don't know. I just felt... I was like, fuck, what am I doing wrong here? What am I doing wrong? And the sad thing is...
I feel that definitely.
The sad thing is like, I know so many devs, probably every dev struggles with this, is just constantly looking at the analytics. You're constantly looking at how many people have viewed my page, how many people played the game on through the browser, or how many people have left ratings and all this stuff. And you're just constantly, your mind is clouded.
What is happening to my click-through ratio?
Yeah, I don't even try to look at that. That number depresses me. And I was just constantly surrounded by numbers, and I have been surrounded by numbers for basically most of my life, half of my life, already, from YouTube to Twitch to Steam, looking at how many people have downloaded my game and actually opened it, to this, and it gets so bad because you just become obsessed with it, because you equate your value to those numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just seeing it not perform as the way you do, and you're just like, fuck, I'm a terrible developer or something. I shouldn't be doing this. I just want to...
Time to give up.
Time to give up. Time to
make a game ever again.
Time to do something else. And
you start comparing yourself to
other people.
Who are way more
especially
successful.
when people are posting not to say that people shouldn't, but yeah, when people are posting their stats, and you're just like, what am I doing wrong? Why is my game not good?
Thank you for 3,000 downloads, and you're sitting there 3,000? I got 100. What did I do wrong? And then you see your CTR drop and drop and drop, and then somebody was like, yeah, 1% in your CTR is really okay, and then below 0.80 is bad, and then mine was below 1, above 1, and then in a matter of days it dropped to 0.7, and I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm a bad developer,
Yeah,
you know?
it's
Lord.
the numbers are just so it's just so. I want to tell people don't equate your success, especially for game jams, to your value as a developer, because let's be honest, Otome Jam was a pretty big jam. There's 73 entries. There's so much variety in terms of entries, and there are just gonna be players who just I hate to be the blunt one here, just probably are just not interested in your game. It's not their cup of tea. They're like, it's whatever, I'm gonna play something else. You know?
Yeah, that was something I had to remind myself of numerous times during development
Yeah.
and after. Was just like, my game appeals to a certain niche.
Yeah, and it's not a bad
And that's
thing.
fine.
It's that's
No,
not a bad thing.
like-
It's a good thing. You appeal to a niche. You can't let's be honest, you can't please everyone. You really can't. It's difficult.
But some games do have more broad appeal, which is probably why they might end up being more popular.
Yeah, and
Or a more accessible art style, I think is a big thing.
Yeah, for example, I asked myself, why don't people play Yomi no Kuni? Then I was like, oh yeah, the first thing you get on the itch page is a content warning with like thousands of content warnings and trigger warnings. Maybe that's the issue. Because, you know, it's also like has a triggering things in it, and people might, you know, not wanna deal with that. And you also have to keep reminding yourself that if you deal with triggering contents or content or sexual content, it might not appeal to a lot of people. So
Yeah. Limits the audience even further. And then there's like some devs who are making Otome Jam products who already have a big following, who
yeah,
have like a pre-established audience to bring in.
and friends who have more reach or are more popular, or people who are more popular worked on the project and
A lot of it is
get
luck.
a shout out.
Like a lot of
And-
it really is luck.
And if streamers play your game, that's also, you know, something.
Yeah.
Because there's of course, some bigger streamers especially in the Otome community, and of course those streamers also played some of the visual novels, and through those they got more traffic on the game as well. So that's also one of the key points to consider.
Trying to internalize that, though, is extremely difficult. Like, there is all of these logical explanations for why the numbers don't equate to your self-worth, but, like, actually putting that into practice and making yourself believe it is...
oh yeah, no, it's a challenge. It's like climbing a steep mountain. You don't. It's like it takes a while to internalize, and then.
A lot of it for me was like having other dev friends, like them feeling self-conscious about it and me reassuring them whilst like not being able to internalize any of
that's
the
me
advice
all
that I'm
the
giving.
time.
And then it would like switch and it would be me feeling bad and they would be giving me the thing even though I know that they don't listen to a single word that they've said. And it was just that over and over again as we tried to reassure
What a
ourselves
vicious
that everything
cycle
is
that
fine.
is.
And we are competent and we have made something good.
Yeah, I truly think that everyone who participated in Otome Jam did a fantastic job, and that their numbers don't equate to their value. I think we have so many talented people working on this jam. Like, I want people to know that they're fucking talented, okay? Guys.
I mean, some people are just not appreciated in life, you know, like...
I think, like, for example, especially with teams, I can only speak from my personal experience, but one of my most, like, especially as a team lead, one of my most bickering or, like, you know, self-doubting thoughts was, like, I sucked as a team lead.
Oh my god, I hate that feeling.
I failed my whole team, and everybody was like so hyped for this project, and I failed them. That was like one of my biggest thoughts.
That
in my
could be a
mind.
whole episode on its
Yeah.
own. Yeah, after Otome Jam last year, I was like, I'm never going to lead another project ever again. This was awful. I'm never doing it ever again. Terrible.
Yeah, I'm also surprised. I'm still leading.
It's like the self-consciousness of the performance of the game in the wider audience, and also the self-consciousness of wondering if your own team secretly hates you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you've just got that self-consciousness from every angle.
Yeah. I totally understand what you mean by that, because especially if your own team hates you. It's just, a lot of self-doubting questions in your mind, and especially when you have the responsibility as a team lead, especially during jams, where jams are made to get something out there, to get your name out there, to get some attention to a project, you know what I mean? And then feeling like you failed, and feeling like not only you have failed, but the team has failed, makes it, I feel like, even worse, because then you're not only carrying the responsibility of failing yourself, but also your team. And it's just a lot to carry around with you, I think.
Yeah, no, it's definitely weight.
That could be the subtitle of Otome Jam, is just overwhelming self-doubt.
The overwhelming self-doubt, and then in parentheses, you're great. Don't worry. Don't listen to the voice in your head. The one that's telling you suck.
Please listen to them.
The one. Oh, don't listen to them, please.
Don't listen to Anna and her demons.
Yeah, no, just.
I'm the emo in this group.
Yeah, you are.
I would be. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people would agree, but I'd be curious to hear other Otome devs' opinions on. Anyone else still feeling low from Otome Jam?
You can leave them in the YouTube comments, not on Spotify because there are no comments, but you can leave them in the YouTube comments, or you can, tweet under the announcement tweet for the episode, how you perceived the Otome Jam and your struggles with it, and how you dealt with Otome Jam, what you've
I would give
learned
every
from
single
Otome Jam.
person a virtual hug, and or whichever form of affection they most appreciate.
But
we made it.
We
even if it wasn't what we originally set out to release,
we lived.
Yeah.
We lived. That's all that matters. We lived. We produced
we
something
learned.
and learned.
And we learned. What did we learn? That's a
loved.
good segue.
Oh,
I'd like to think we loved as well.
we loved. We lived, laughed, loved, guys. We lived, laughed, our
We did live, laugh, love.
Live, laugh, love our hardest.
Yes, live, laugh, love. Otome Jam 2023.
Yeah.
I think what I learned is solo deving sucks. Just fucking sucks. I don't want to ever do that again. Like, not having a team is so hard. Just not really having anyone to share the enthusiasm of the project with. Like, that is such a big part of this whole experience for me. Not just game jams, but game dev in general. It's just the people that you meet and the the experience of sharing that with other people. The connections. That's what it's all about for me.
It's about the friends that we make along
having
the
that
way.
in a large part. Yes. Not having that in a large part for most of the jam was really isolating and not something I wish to repeat. But it was good to learn.
I made this complete opposite experience. I learned leading a team is fucking hard.
It is.
It's stressful, and deadlines and stuff, because as a solo dev you set the deadlines yourself, but you also have to set, as a team lead, the deadlines for other people, and if they don't make it, you panic.
You have some tough decisions to make.
Yeah. And you also have, because not because I have an organization kink, but also because of it, but
That's
you
one
have to
way
make
to phrase
documents.
That's one way to phrase
Well, everybody in the team calls it that.
All right, okay.
We have two very different kinks going on in these projects of ours.
Man, it just because I love to organize things. You also have to make documents where you document everything for everything to see. You have to keep in mind the schedule of your whole team. You have to keep in mind, okay, we have to have some space in between if something goes wrong, and you have to have an emergency plan if something goes wrong. If somebody in your team bounces, if there are, personal interferences in the group, if there are personal matters in the group, if there are disputes in the group, you have to consider all of that. And that's what I learned during the jam. I learned sometimes it's good to prioritize yourself, and it's good to set a boundary for yourself, even though it might hurt other people in the process. But as long is you keep yourself safe. That's the most important thing. 2, take breaks. Breaks are fucking important. I didn't take enough breaks, and it's also
You took breaks?
good.
In general, you took breaks? You did fucking 40 hours of working.
No, I just said I didn't take any breaks, and that's what I learned.
I thought you said you didn't take many breaks. That's what I thought you said.
No,
like,
I didn't take any breaks.
Okay.
I didn't take any breaks at all.
Hearing of it. Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense now.
Yeah, and balancing the Otome Jam, leading a team with college, a full-time job, and commissions. Oh god, I spit my bubble tea. It was a struggle, and yeah. Then another thing I learned was, don't get too personal with your team. Your friends or friends or mutuals, with the same interests, similar interests, and maybe similar experiences in life, but you are also working together on something. You know what I mean? So it's best to set a boundary to that as well, and keep it as professional as you can. Of course, you can have banter and stuff, but it can escalate sometimes, and it's best to just keep that in mind, that you're still working on a project together, and this sometimes includes to be more professional. That's what I learned for myself, because I caught myself oftentimes getting too personal and forgetting that we are working on something, that you also have to keep some professionality up in this process.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I learned during the Otome Jam, and I'm thankful that I participated, that the whole team pushed through, that we were able to do it. For all the team members listening right now, I love you guys with all my heart. Thank you so much for putting so much effort, time, and love and passion into this project, and even with the people that left because of personal reasons, because of private reasons, because of something happened to their family life. You know what I mean? I love you guys. I appreciate your time and energy. And to all the new members that have joined the team, I love you guys as well. I'm so excited to work with you. I'm so excited for the future. Oh my god, this sounds so love bombing, but I love you guys. What did I say with keeping it professional?
Cry. Oh my god.
I love you.
But professional with this podcast is not a thing. That doesn't exist in the same sentence, I think.
There's a good balance in everything, I find. You've got to have respect for other people's time and boundaries and their work, but you don't necessarily have to treat them like sterile, like strangers.
Yeah, for example, with the 4 artists that just joined after the demo was released. You guys came in clutch. You are all so skilled, so talented, and I'm so, I don't know what it's called, overwhelmed, and also grateful and also thankful that you guys, joined.
Me, anytime I work with other people, just wow.
I'm just, so overwhelmed, because we were missing artists, and I was thinking this is not going to work out, and you guys came in clutch, and I'm still so overwhelmed and thankful for, also for you two to join the project, Olivia and Kristi. I'm so thankful for you guys that, you're sticking through, you're with me on this, and okay, no, enough love bombing, but
no problem. No problem.
Kristi, what did you learn?
What did I learn? I think you guys kind of took it all. I learned that, well, my team's well-being is most important. I do this from the get-go anyway, but I think this is an important piece of advice just to give out to the world, is that you and your team's well-beings come first before any game. Like Anna was saying, take breaks and stuff like that. But if you're not able to complete the full game for whatever reason, and you have a week or so left, release what you can. Just do what you can. And I'm very glad that we put ourselves first for this game, because let's be honest, this game can come out at any time. It doesn't have to come out by the end of this jam. The jam passes and I can't fucking release this game now? Is that how it works? Nah, that's not how it works. This game, I mean, realistically, these games can be released at any time. It doesn't have to be by the end of it doesn't have to be by the deadline. So just keep that in mind. Don't push yourselves too hard. Don't push yourselves to finish a game that you know you might not be able to even complete by the deadline. Put yourself first. Man, numbers, analytics, they monsters, horror right there. That is the true horror of life is numbers. If I had to take a step back from itch and stuff, I was like getting so obsessed, and this is more like towards O2A2. After O2A2, it's like everything was just kind of like suddenly, and when I to the point where I felt empty and I wasn't feeling anything, I was getting in depresso espresso mode, you know, as they say. And what I had to do was I had to uninstall Twitter from my phone. I couldn't be on it. I had to block itch, my access to itch or something. I did not even want to attempt to see the numbers. And I think and I had to focus on myself. I had to do things that brought me joy or to try to make me happy, you know. And I think people should do that. Like, if you find yourself obsessing over these numbers, just take a break from social media. Do what you need to do to block yourself from those sites. Like, let it be actually blocking the website for like a few days or something like that, just to remove yourself so you're not tempted to check those numbers. Because like I said, those numbers are not equated to your value as a developer. They never are. It's just nasty little numbers that are playing tricks on you sometimes, you know. But yeah, just that's kind of what I learned pretty much. pretty much. Just that's everything. Y'all kind of just said it for me.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, we all think, of course, Otome Jam was a journey where we struggled and where we sweat and cried and pushed through, but we also, you know, made a lot of positive experiences, and
we lived, we laughed, we loved.
Oh my god, Olivia.
I'm not letting it go.
Yeah. In the end, we lived, laughed, and loved. That's the moral of the story.
It is.
Kristi, what's the future for Candied Hearts?
Put out the full game and then release Reginald's route at a later date. Peppermint's route is complete, fully edited. Yeah, I'm very excited.
Baby boy.
If you guys don't know, spoiler if you haven't played Candy Hearts, it's been 3 months. You really don't have an excuse at this point. Spoilers. Spoiler for Candy Hearts. Peppermint's route is all about him trying to gain courage and finding refinding what love actually is. Because it's not so fun fact. He is in an abusive relationship. His father is an abusive asshole. And Peppermint was not able to escape from that until MC came along and took him out of that. And his whole route is focused on him finding courage through the love and support that he gets from MC. I'm very excited for that. And the crits, we are in the process of writing that. I'm debating whether I should just release one route at a time, but I don't want people like, I got all the points for the crits, and I'm like, you can't play it yet. So that's the thing. And Reginald's route is currently being outlined, and I'm very excited to see how we can incorporate him in the common route more, and like in terms of choices and stuff like that. But yeah, expect more from Candied Hearts in the near future. We even have charms, those little like shaker charms that like. It's Peppermint and the crits. Peppermint and their own little candy bags. It's really cute. I ship them out to like the team and like their respective voice actors. Max, who voiced Peppermint, and Mayshawn, who voiced the crits, and everyone seems to really enjoy them. So yeah, if you want one, it's kind of limited because they're a lot to produce. So if you want one, go ahead and get them while you can. If there's demand, we can make more and maybe branch off into stickers. Who knows?
Who doesn't love a sticker?
I mean, I'm not too much of a fan of stickers, but I know
You're
people
not a
who are.
sticker fan? God, I'm a sticker fiend.
Like,
I
have some stickers on my Kindle cover, like one of Kirby sleeping, and then like it's like a little mushroom. It's like ace colored, and it says Ace Fun Guy. So that's like the only stickers that I really have.
Cute.
But I know a lot of people in the Otome community that buy merch really love stickers, so I want to produce that if possible, if there is an interest, of course.
Go bother Kristi for stickers.
Are you going to make a Kickstarter for Candy
We
Crush, or-
have no, I don't want to because I don't want to deal with taxes. I do not. Taxes are, I already do them just fine. I don't want to take the addition of doing that and then the anxiety of running a Kickstarter and trying to come up with numbers and stuff like that. Not.
But like, you don't have to do the taxes for the Kickstarter, for like the other, like, you know what I mean?
For the other team
what was it?
members is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
I still just don't want to do it. I still just, for myself, I still don't want to do it. I don't want to take that into account. I just, Kickstarters already, for me personally, they're too much for me. I had to go after anybody who does them. I don't know how y'all do. Y'all are built differently. Y'all are much braver than me, because I couldn't. But who wants to go next? Anna, Olivia. Olivia, what is the future for Burning Red?
I'm hoping to release a revamped demo soon-ish. No particular timeline on that, because I don't want to get anyone's hopes up. But I'm hoping to have... there's going to be a different sprite art style, and a completely revamped user interface. Not done by me, because my user interface is terrible.
What do you mean?
I hate it. I think I'm the only one who hates it.
Yeah, you're the only one.
Like, the menu screen is so nice, but everything else is a train wreck. So it's getting a revamp. Hopefully, I might be getting a new logo as well. So that'll be pretty exciting. But yeah, the sprite style is going to change. And hopefully that demo will be released. And then I do hope being the operative word, to do a Kickstarter for the project eventually. But I don't know when that will be, because it's scary and I'm scared, and largely alone, as we've previously established, and that makes everything even scarier. So one day the full game will be out, and there will be lots and lots and lots of sex scenes.
Ooh.
And that's about it. That's all I can promise. I can't guarantee that the plot will be any good, but there will be sex scenes.
Hell yeah.
And they will be good, or at least acceptable. You know? That's the future of the project, sex scenes. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
So excited. I love
And Anna, to you.
For Yumi no Kuni, I kind of, said something already when I introduced you to Yumi no Kuni, but after the demo was released and we all took our time, took a break, I started setting up contracts for every team member. So, we mean business now. I set up contracts for every team member just to, be sure. And we kind of got into the Kickstarter talk because, this is going to be a big project with like RPG elements, with point and click elements, with 6 routes that have 50k words each. Round about that,
Cooking.
5 chapters per character are in the planning, with like good ends, bad ends, neutral ends, and all of that, and a lot of lore, a lot of plot, a lot of planning, and because it takes a lot of time for us to do, we also kind of are hoping to get a little bit of funding so we can work on it without worrying.
Yeah, that's the thing for me, is like, if I want VA and I want art. You know, I can't do that myself, unfortunately. I'm trying to do as much of it on my own as I can, so I don't have to put that cost on other people. But yeah, Yuma ni Kuni is ambitious.
Yeah, it is. It is ambitious. And because of that, we are planning on, as I said earlier, releasing a Kickstarter for hopefully January. And which is why we are also currently remaking the entire demo from start to finish. Like extended content, rewriting scenes, re-editing scenes, writing some new scenes, adding more choices, revamping the whole art assets, and adding more musical soundtracks. Kay, our music composer lead, who wasn't able to work on the soundtrack himself for Otome Jam, is currently working on the main theme for Yomi no Kuni and on an opening theme for a potential Otome-like trailer. And yeah, that's all in the planning, in the making. Everyone is working hard on it right now. We also finished outlining some of the routes already, and we are hopefully, fingers are crossed, able to release the project for summer 2025. But also we are also going on it with the mentality private matters and daytime responsibilities take priority, and if we are burned out, we are going to take breaks, and we are going to, work on it as much as we, can, but, have some balance in it. The deadline for 2025 is only a general deadline, because we learned through the Otome Jam deadline that, pressuring ourselves leads to altercations, to some, also downward spiraling depression, to more mood swings. I had more mood swings because I was always so stressed. And we just learned, we go at it as a passion with a hopeful mind of making it, a real thing. But we want to still keep in mind that, it's a big project, and, we want to work hard and long on it, that we can release it to you guys one day. Yeah.
One day.
TM. But yeah, we are coming to an end for this episode.
Who's doing the outro jingle today?
There you go. Is that good?
Perfect. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Visual Novel Corner. We hope you enjoyed and we didn't drag you down too much with our post-Otome Jam crying. Thank you so much for listening. Your faith and support of us is very much appreciated from all of us. I'm sure we can all agree with that. If there's any links that you would like to check out, including our social media, don't know why, but if you did, they are all in the link in the description of the YouTube video or in the Spotify links. I don't handle that, so I don't know how it works, but I assume that they're there and they're waiting for your clicks. So go click on them. If you're feeling generous, why not subscribe or leave a comment or a like or anything that helps our engagement and feelings, because as we've established, we all take the numbers a little bit too personally. But anything you are willing to give in terms of your support is very much appreciated. Once again, thank you for listening. It's been a pleasure talking in your ear for the last God knows how long. Have a nice day, night, weekend, week, whatever. Bye.
Bye.
Keep a smile on that face. Yeah, fuck.